About 1 in every 5 children aged 2 to 17 years have a disability. This is according to the 2017 Ghana Statistical Services Multi-Indicator Cluster Survey. As the world marks Disability Day, JoyNews' Bureau Ernestina Richter puts the spotlight on 17-year-old Herman who is living with cerebral palsy but is making a difference.
May it be an In Ghana, many children with disability continue to remain out of school due to a multitude of barriers, despite the country's ratification of a number of international conventions that spell out the right to education for all children. But Herman is one of the few children with disability who is enrolled in a mainstream school. It is class session here at Justice Niama Olenu Memorial Basic School, where Herman is a pupil. Caleb Okan is one of the teachers of Herman's school. He has taken the class through science lessons. He describes Herman as a very intelligent and enthusiastic pupil.
Herman is second physically challenged student I've seen in this school. One thing I've noticed about Herman is he likes to take part in everything which goes on in the class. Sometimes we do not hear clearly what he says, but he doesn't get discouraged because of his situation. He tries to take part even though we do not get what he tries to say. With Herman, just now,
he does not allow his condition to deter him at all. It is Bible study time here at the Junior Youth Wing of the La Nativity Presbyterian Church. On this day, Herman is one of the members scheduled to read the scriptures to the whole congregation. Despite his speech defect, he manages to read. Daniel Akwete Tekotete is the president of the Junior Youth Wing of his church. According to him, Herman is always ready to undertake any task assigned him at church.
He's been a wonderful child to have in JY. He's very enthusiastic about the things of God. Anything he wants to do, he wants to participate in it. He wants to read. He wants to go for programs, come meetings and stuff. And so we are privileged to have him. He's very chatty, very jovial, and we are happy to have him in our midst as JY Nativity Presby. We are believing that his condition will never limit him in any way. And schools and other places wouldn't bring limitations his way. But each and every time they'll give him an opportunity to advance and to bring his talents and giftings into bear.
Just like every child, Herman also has interests, dreams and aspirations.
I want to do, I will play football, I'm by my condition, I will become a doctor.
His mother, Mabeze Kotete, also believes in that dream.
Herman will become a great person in future. I have faith that he will be a medical doctor.
Yemotioko is fortunate to have her child Herman enrolled in a mainstream school, but same cannot be said of other mothers of children with disability. Given the right environment, attention and love, children with disability can become a good human resource to contribute to the development of the nation. Beryl Ernestina Richter's report for JoyNews.
Well, this year's theme focuses on empowering persons with disabilities for an inclusive, equitable and sustainable development as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, as the agenda pledges to leave no one behind. 12 years after the Disability Act was passed by Ghana's Parliament, the country is yet to see the full implementation of the Act, which covers key thematic provisions such as rights, accessibility, employment, transport, health and education for persons with disability. It is yet to gain any concrete realization. We'll be going to Parliament shortly to hear from members of Parliament who have been speaking and demanding action from the Speaker over how a physically challenged man was stopped from entering the chamber. Alex Tete, who you see in the video there, was a member of the RTI coalition team that was in the House to demand passage of the bill. He was told he cannot get into the chamber because, according to the person who stopped him, it would be difficult for him to get up when the Speaker is leaving the chamber, as is custom. A statement from the House say the matter is being looked at. We'll get live updates with parliamentary correspondent Joseph Opoku Gakpo soon. But let's bring you this story also from the Central Region, where Richard Kojonyako has been interacting with persons with disability at the University of Cape Coast.
This is LL. You get it?
It's early Monday morning, and some visually impaired persons are busy with their hands here at the University of Cape Coast. They are preparing for their end of semester examination. Among the students here is Karutas Tete.
When you look at Section 6, it talks about the fact that all buildings, public buildings, will be accessible for persons with disabilities. This law came into force 2006. We are 2012, and when you look around, you see a lot of buildings do not have any other alternative apart from staircase.
Karutas had a first class in English at the University of Cape Coast, became a teaching assistant, and now at the final year at the law faculty here. He is disturbed about the inability of government to expand educational access to persons with disability.
As we speak currently, there are only 7 senior high schools in Ghana which are integrated out of over 500 senior high schools. And these 7, we have 2 in the 3 northern regions, 2 in Volta region, 1 in Central region, 1 in Eastern and 1 in BA. The whole of Ashanti region, there is no secondary school which is integrated for persons with visual impairment. The whole of Greater Accra region and the whole of Western region, there is no senior high school which is integrated. So you ask yourself, if I'm in Western region and I want to attend senior high school as a visually impaired student, the only alternative I have is to travel to Central region or to Eastern region. I think it's bad. It doesn't take much resources. At least each region should have not less than 2 senior high schools which are integrated.
At the same center, some students are sending and receiving information via WhatsApp, via mails, Facebook and many more.
You hear a click.
So Redeemer is typing.
Okay, so I'll check here. Okay, Redeemer typing, yes.
Typing 3 full stop.
Okay, he has sent me.
11:43 a.m.
Said morning, my dear.
On the World Day of Disability, Caritas is calling for a national conversation about issues of disability, like how the entire country.
I wish that day is today, that we'll have a national conversation concerning this act, the way we all come together to advocate for the passage of the Right to Information Bill. Let's all come together, advocate for persons with disabilities. And as a matter of fact, all of us, in one way or the other, have a disability. If I give you the Braille, which is the writing system that persons with visually impaired use, you cannot read it. And your ability to read is not there. So you have a disability when it comes to reading.
The students want the Ghanaian society to stop discriminating against persons with disability. They believe disability is an open club and anybody could be a candidate in the club. Richard Kojonyako, JoyNews, Cape Coast.